Welcome everybody to the lesson tracker. I'm going to go ahead and log in. These are the profiles for all the students. I want to show you that we do have a filter in case you don't want to search for them. You can just start typing and it will single out the individual you're looking for. Pretty easy to do. Just go ahead and put in a couple of letters and it will show you whoever matches. Another interesting thing is if they have times that conflict and you try to submit something, it will let you know, hey look, this time is already fulfilled by someone else. That way you don't overbook or double book. So that way you can change it before there is a problem. And it's very easy. And go ahead and try this again. This time we're going to add a new student and just go to the new profile down here and just start typing in. I'll just make up an individual's name and we'll go ahead and just make up an email for them. And at this point I'm going to go ahead and add a phone number, and then you need to go ahead and choose your day, your hour, basically the time they're going to set up, and this will ultimately be tied in. So if you conflict, this is going to tell everybody, hey, this is not going to work out. You have a time, or you get through, and it will let you have the time if it doesn't conflict. So now Chad Smith exists in our lineup. There he is at the top, and as you can see, he's at the top of this one as well. This is a REST application, meaning the page really doesn't have to refresh. The data just kind of runs in the background, and the whole point is that you don't need to refresh. It makes it a lot easier when you're on your phone, especially. And this thing basically runs across every device ever, so it's better than just having an app on your phone. I've added 4 lessons. I'm going to go ahead and put a date for each lesson, and this individual is meeting on Sunday, so I'm just going to go through and select every Sunday coming up, and go to the next month and when need be. And you'll notice that there's an attended button, a canceled button, and a forfeit button. Now these are the 3 options. Well, let's say the individual didn't tell you he couldn't show and he loses that money, therefore it's forfeit. But you need to document that. It's important. One of those things that everybody needs to know is you still need to get paid. At this point, the individual attended, and this one they canceled. So when you cancel it, it automatically brings a new one in. So they called ahead of time, it was something that it worked out fine, and you just reschedule it, and nobody loses any money. If you get tired of seeing these build up, it's an easy click to just clear these off. And that's pretty much how it goes. Let's say if this is their very last session that's prepaid, it'll say, hey look, this is their last session. If you'd like to email them, then this is how you do it. You go ahead and click that. Very easy to add some more lessons. Just add 2 more and then we're off and running again. And there's a certain page on this where people from the outside world, like your students, can see what you see just for them. They can see, okay, well, I paid for this much, or I have this much. They don't have to ask you. They can just go to the page and it'll show you, and I'll show you that here shortly. I also want to show you that this works as responsive. So if you are on your phone, it really is just as useful as if you were on your computer. That's kind of one of those details that really is significant. You don't really have to just rely on it on one device. You can log in from anywhere, and this is always going to be working for you. Like I said, it's just responsive, so it just, whatever size it is, it configures correctly. So the next part I'd like to show you is open to the public. This way your students don't have to log in. They can basically see how many prepaid lessons they have already paid for, as opposed to contacting you. So as we were talking about Chad Smith, and he has 3 lessons that he's already paid for, what they would do is they would basically go to wherever you have your website put. They could go to /student.html. Then they would type in their name, submit that, and this is it. They're going to know right away that they have pending lessons that are prepaid and the dates that are already ready for them to go. So they don't have to call you. Everybody's on the same page. This is what they see. This is what you see. And it makes it a lot easier for everybody. Everybody's going to go ahead and be on the same page with no confusion. This is a big part of the deal, is to make sure that the students can be on the page and see their data.